friends, and welcome to another Origins of Expressions. Today, we'll be going over the phrases upset the apple cart, apple of my eye, the apple never falls far from the tree. What do they all have in common? They're all phrases and idioms around apples. Let's get right to work and start this video. Ah, apples, those crisp, sweet, and delicious fruits that let us know that autumn has arrived. Apple trees have been around for thousands of years and started in Central Asia and now are grown worldwide. And of course, apple trees produce delicious apples. So, where there are apple trees, there are apples. These delightful fruits have had religious and mythological significance in many cultures, including Norse, Greek, and European Christian traditions. Since apples have been part of our culture and diet for so long, it is no surprise that we see phrases around the apple. Let's not waste any time and take a big bite out of our first phrase. Upset the apple cart. Upset the apple cart was suggested by Saad in the Fruit Idioms video. I really appreciate all the idioms everyone puts up. I only put 3 in each video, so if you want to be mentioned like Saad, put in an idiom you know about the topic in the comments below. As for today, a big shout out to Saad for this great suggestion. Upset the apple cart means to cause upset, ruin somebody's plans, to spoil a plan or create a difficulty. Ugh, you just upset the apple cart. This phrase has been said to arise from Roman times, when it was said upset the cart. However, the etymology of the phrase says it comes from the year 1788, where it was first recorded by Jeremy Belknap in the History of New Hampshire. It reads, Adams had almost overset the apple cart by introducing an amendment of his own fabrication on the morning of the ratification of the Constitution. Today you still might hear the phrase when someone is saying that you just spoiled a plan or disrupted an arrangement. You know, when something gets ruined because of an interference. Today's example sentence is by Saad. Thanks for the example sentence. It reads, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to upset the apple cart because I thought they already knew. Well, looks like they need to come up with a new plan. Let's leave them as we move into our next phrase. Apple of my eye. Apple of my eye means something or usually someone cherished above all others. Ah, you're the apple of my eye. This phrase started out a bit different than the way we use it today. The term apple of my eye was originally an idiom that referenced the central aperture of the eye, also known as the pupil. This expression is an old expression which first appeared in Old English in the work attributed to King Alfred the Great of Wessex in 885, titled Gregory's Pastoral Care. Much later on, Shakespeare used the phrase in a way that we use it today, to talk about someone who we cherish more than anyone else in A Midsummer Night's Dream. In 1600, it reads, Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye. We also see many accounts of where the phrase appears in the Bible. All accounts of this idiom mean the same thing from Shakespeare's time forward, where it stopped referencing the pupil of the eye and became a saying for someone that we cherish over everyone else. Today we still use the phrase apple of my eye when we're talking about someone who we hold dear, who we cherish, love, or are extremely fond of. An example sentence is, the young couple had a beautiful little son. He was the apple of their eye. Well, they're having a good time. Let's leave them and move into our next phrase. The apple never falls far from the tree. The apple never falls far from the tree means the idea that a person inevitably shares traits or resembles his or her parents or other family members. Ha! The apple never falls far from the tree. This expression is a proverb. You know, a saying that's stating a general truth or a piece of advice. If we break down this proverb, it's taken right from nature. The apple tree produces apples, and as the fruit falls off the branches and drops to the ground, it remains close to the tree it came from. This proverb is difficult to date and to pin down the origins of. All of the early uses of the apple never falls far from the tree in English refer to it as a translation from one of several different European languages. A few examples, in order from oldest to most recent, are Hieronymus Magister wrote a book of quotes in 1605. Roughly translated, the title means Proverbs and Opinions of Different Languages. When this is translated, it says, the apple doesn't fell far from the tree. Fast forward a bit, and Benjamin Thorpe's translation of Rasmus Rask's Grammar of the Anglo-Saxon Tongue, published in 1830, translated it means, the apple falls not far from the tree, the oak. Or Ralph Waldo Emerson in 1839 published a letter which used the English form of an existing German proverb. When this saying is translated, it says, as men say the apple never falls far from the stem. And lastly, there is George Henry Burroughs. The Bible in Spain in 1843 included the saying, the apple, as the Danes say, has not fallen far from the tree. The imp was in every respect the counterpart of the father. This saying has been used in many languages and has spanned many generations, and it is still a phrase we use today. We use this phrase when we are saying that someone is very similar to a family member. Maybe they look like their father or act like their sister. Whatever it is, they share some sort of similar trait. An example sentence is, your mother is a skilled pianist, and from what I have heard, you are too. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Well, looks like they're having a good time playing the piano together. Let's leave them and move on. Ooh, fun fact. Did you know that contrary to popular belief, there is no mention of the apple as the forbidden fruit in the Bible? Yep, that's right. The Bible refers to it as fruit from the tree of knowledge, with no specification as which kind of fruit it was. It was Hugo van der Goes who first implicated the apple as the forbidden fruit in his 1470 painting, The Fall of Man. After that, it became popular to depict the apple as the forbidden fruit. Well, that's the information that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed learning about the origins of our idioms and phrases. I would love to have you subscribe if you did. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree with these videos. If you like this one, you should subscribe to the channel. That way, you know when a new video is out. Plus, it's quick and easy, and I would really appreciate it. Oh yeah, quick question before you go. Do you know any idioms or phrases around apples? Maybe you know other idioms or phrases on an entirely different subject. I would love to see them. Leave them in the comments below. And you know, if I use one of the phrases, I'll give you a shout out. Thank you again for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate your support. Until next time, bye!